There is a definitive declaration echoing through the spiritual realm right now, specifically for you, affirming that the limitations you've accepted are being shattered and a new season of profound, unexpected breakthroughs has begun. This isn't some vague fortune telling or a fleeting good wish. This is an energetic imprint, a divine download designed to recalibrate your internal compass and ignite dormant potentials you might have forgotten even existed. Imagine living your entire life believing you could only fly with one wing, constantly struggling, exhausting yourself just to stay airborne. Then, in a single, sudden moment, you realize the second wing was always there, folded tight against your back, just waiting for the command to unfold. That moment of realization, that sudden, visceral understanding that your capacity is far greater than your experience has shown, that's the essence of this prophecy, now breaking over your life. It's a message that penetrates the noise of everyday worries, cutting straight to the core of who you are meant to be. But what makes this specific message so potent, so different from just a hopeful thought? It's because it carries an authority that bypasses your doubts, speaking directly to the blueprint within you. For years, you might have been operating under an old narrative, a story written by past failures, societal expectations, or even the well-meaning fears of others. You might have absorbed these stories, letting them define your ceiling, your capacity, your very sense of worth. This new prophecy is a counter-narrative, a divine overwrite, declaring that those old scripts are now null and void. Think of Sarah, who for 20 years worked a job that steadily drained her soul, convinced she wasn't creative enough, brave enough, or financially secure enough to pursue her true calling as an artist. Every morning she'd wake with a leaden feeling, the weight of a life unlived pressing down. Then one Tuesday, during a particularly grueling commute, she heard a quiet, persistent whisper in her spirit, not a voice, but an undeniable conviction. Your masterpiece is waiting, and you are already worthy of creating it. It was like a sudden gust of wind, catching her sails and turning her toward an entirely new horizon. This isn't about waiting for some grand cosmic event or a bolt of lightning to strike. This prophecy is an invitation, a spiritual nudge, calling you to remember what you always knew deep down, but allowed the world to talk you out of. It's an awakening to your true inheritance, a realization that the resources you need, the connections you crave, and the wisdom to navigate your path are not outside you, but are being activated within you right now. But here's the critical part: like a seed needs soil and water to sprout, this prophecy requires your reception, your intentional alignment. Many people hear such declarations and dismiss them as fantasy, as wishful thinking. They've been hurt too many times, disappointed too often. Their default setting is skepticism, a protective shell built against the vulnerability of hope. And truly, who can blame them? Life has a way of dimming our brightest expectations. But what if that very skepticism is the last remaining tether to the old narrative? What if letting go of the need to control, to analyze, to dissect, is precisely what unlocks this new reality? The universe often speaks in whispers before it shouts in abundance. So, how do you receive something so intangible, yet so profoundly real? It begins with a subtle shift in perception. It means looking at your challenges not as dead ends, but as raw material for innovation. It means hearing criticism not as a final judgment, but as an opportunity to refine. It means recognizing the subtle signs, the synchronistic moments, the unexpected phone calls, the sudden inspirations that weren't there yesterday. These are the physical manifestations of this prophecy, beginning to take root in your physical world. Consider the metaphor of a radio receiver. The airwaves are full of countless broadcasts, but your radio only picks up the station it's tuned to. This prophecy is an undeniable frequency, a powerful signal being broadcast directly to your unique channel. If you're tuned into the frequency of lack, of doubt, of past hurts, you won't hear it. But if you consciously shift your dial, even just a fraction, towards expectation, towards possibility, towards the quiet knowing that something extraordinary is unfolding. Then suddenly, the message comes through with crystal clarity. This isn't about ignoring your current circumstances. It's about seeing beyond them. It's about recognizing that your present reality is often a lagging indicator of your past beliefs and intentions. But if a new, more powerful intention, a divine blueprint, is now being imprinted over your life, then your future reality, your future circumstances, are being irrevocably reshaped even as you breathe. It's a profound re-ordering of your destiny, an unfolding of what was always meant to be, but perhaps got detoured or delayed. Have you ever had a moment where everything just clicked, where a solution appeared out of nowhere, or a person walked into your life precisely when you needed them most? Those weren't just coincidences. Those were glimpses, tiny activations of your inherent design aligning with a greater purpose. This prophecy is essentially amplifying those moments, making them more frequent, more impactful, more undeniable. It's not magic. It's an unlocking of principles that govern manifestation and divine timing, principles that have always been available, but perhaps were obscured. What would it feel like to wake up every morning with a quiet hum of certainty, knowing that whatever challenges the day might bring, you are divinely equipped to meet them, and that each step is leading you closer to your true north? This isn't naive optimism. It's a foundational trust in the unfolding of a higher plan, a plan that has just been released over your life. It's a deep breath of relief, knowing you don't have to force everything, that some things are simply designed to align. This transformation won't always look like a sudden explosion of fireworks. Sometimes it's a gentle unraveling, a quiet redirection. It might be the sudden courage to walk away from something that no longer serves you, or the unexpected clarity to speak your truth. It could manifest as new ideas sparking within you, new connections emerging, or an old burden finally lifting from your shoulders. The signs are often subtle, woven into the fabric of your daily existence, waiting for you to recognize them as parts of a larger, divinely orchestrated pattern. So, as you go about your day, pause, take a moment, breathe, and consciously open yourself to this new declaration. Let go of the need to understand every detail or predict every outcome. Simply allow yourself to feel the presence of this new possibility, this profound affirmation that a higher purpose is now actively reshaping your path. This isn't a theory, it's an energetic reality that has just been released, and it's calling your name. It's an invitation to step into the fullness of your design, to experience a life less bound by human limitation and more guided by divine potential. The prophecy isn't just over your life, it's becoming nigh your life from this moment forward.